By the end of this lesson, you should be able to state Bernoulli's principle. Explain that a resultant force exists due to a difference in fluid pressure. Observe the lorry. Why do you think the cover expanded upwards when the lorry moved at high speed? Perform this experiment in the class. Hold a piece of paper and place it below your lower lip. Blow hard. What happens to the piece of paper? Why? The piece of paper moves upwards. The moving air above the paper causes it to move upwards. Now do the following. Take two papers and place it a distance of 10 centimeters apart. Blow air in between the papers. What happens? Why? The two papers come closer together. The moving air in between the two papers causes them to come together. Let us investigate further. This is a tube with different diameters at different positions. The water level in the vertical tube represents the pressure of the water at these positions. When the water is static, the pressure is the same at both position A and B. Click on the Start button to observe what happens when the water is flowing. The water flows faster in the section of the tube with the smaller diameter. What can you say about the water level in the vertical tube at point B? The water level is lower. What can you say about the pressure at point B? The pressure at point B is lower than the pressure at point A. What is the relationship between the speed of the water and pressure? When the speed of the moving water increases, the pressure of the water decreases. This relationship is known as Bernoulli's principle. When the speed of a fluid increases, the pressure in the fluid decreases. Consider two toy boats tied at both ends with a string. When there is no flow of water, the distance between the two toy boats remain the same. Click on the Start button to observe what happens when the water starts flowing. Why do the toy boats move towards each other? The water flows faster between the boats due to the narrow channel formed by the boats. According to Bernoulli's principle, when the speed of the water increases, the pressure decreases. A low pressure area is formed in between the boats. The pressure on the other side of the boat is higher. Because of this, the two boats are pushed towards each other. How can Bernoulli's principle explain why the cover of a lorry expands upwards when it moves at high speed? The piece of paper moves upwards when air is blown across the top. When air is blown in between the two pieces of paper, they move towards each other. A lorry's cover expands when it moves at a high speed because a low-pressure area is created above the cover, and hence a lifting force is produced to lift the cover up. When the air above the paper moves with high speed, a low-pressure area is created. The air below the paper is at an atmospheric pressure. A lifting force is produced, and the end of the paper is lifted up. When the air is blown in between the two papers, a low-pressure area is created. The atmospheric pressure of the air on the outside of the papers is higher. As a result, the two pieces of paper are pushed towards each other.